Hi, this is Laura. I am going to try to briefly tell my story and what has happened with me and FBC. It actually started back when we both were in CPP, Colorado Pet Patrol, and I started having interaction with Tree. Him and I were in the lives a lot, so we started having a lot of interactions. We became mods, and then fast forward a little bit, I had left CPP and was getting more involved in different catchers discords, and I was in the CPP discord for a little bit. And Tree and I were chatting one time and had mentioned, maybe we should, start a Discord, FBG, Flex Bicep Gang. So next thing you know, there was a FBG, Flex Bicep Gang Discord, and I joined it. And everything seemed to be going well, things were fine. I was a mod in there, and Twamper came in there, and then several other people came in there. Then I remember seeing Haley in there, and just kind of chatting back and forth. I was also involved in other discords as well. One day I went into the FBC Discord just to kind of check in and everything, and I noticed that I wasn't an admin anymore. And I thought, well, that's really strange. What happened? I didn't know anything that happened, so I put a comment, in the chat. What happened? Why was I removed as a moderator, admin, whatever? And so then I went and DM'd Tree and asked, what happened? What did I do? Is there something wrong? Why was I removed? And went back over to the FBC, the Discord chat, and was immediately just bombarded with nasty, mean, ugly things, going on and on about how, it's not that important to be an admin. What are you all crying for about being an admin? And just making horrible, accusations and these nasty memes to me. And I'm like, what is going on? What did I do? What is happening here? And there was several of them in the FBC. I won't name all the names because one has since, has apologized and everything's okay now. But as far as some of the other ones, Tree, Twamp, Haley, they were just going back and forth and calling me a crybaby and, just terrible, horrible things. And I was just like blown away. And I went back and I was private messaging Tree, and I'm like, I thought you and I were friends. What is going on? Why am I being attacked? And why did you just unmod me in Discord? And I don't know if it was Twamp that I ended up hearing from, or if Tree messaged me back and saying, I don't see what the big deal is. It's just an admin role. And Twamp's like, well, I'll just give you mine if that's big of a deal. If it's such a big deal for you to have that mod role, admin role, whatever. And I'm like, but that's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is I'm just asking why. Why was I... It was just a simple question, and then you guys jump on me like I'm making a big deal about not being an admin, but that's not what it was about. It's like, explain to me why it was removed. What did I do for that to happen? And it never, ever was I given a reason, ever. Next thing I know, I'm banned. I'm just kicked right out of it. They just kicked me right out of it, and I'm like in tears. Literally, because I thought these people, especially Tree, was my friend. And I couldn't imagine what I did, what happened. And it really, really, really affected me really bad because, I put all I can into the catcher community as far as support. and, to be there for everybody, and for them to just dismiss me like a piece of trash and not give me any reason, and then to turn around on me and make it sound like that, I was being a crybaby, and just to kick me out and not give me any reason. Well, go forward a little bit. I ended up, I don't know if it was in a voice chat, but Twamper was blaming it on Mackenzie is why I was banned. So they immediately, started blaming her, that she didn't like me, that she this, she didn't that, which, okay, but that doesn't make any sense, So after that point, I was upset. I didn't understand what was going on. I was never able to find out. And then after that, every Discord that I went in, as soon as I was in there and made a comment, I was immediately attacked. And it's memes, and those can be just as harmful, because I know what they were doing. I know what they were saying. And they were calling me fake. They were saying that I was two-faced, that I was a liar, that I was riding on bandwagons, and just mentally making me crazy everywhere I went. And whatever server it was, I wouldn't see them in there otherwise. And then all of a sudden they would be in there, and they had this like secret little, I don't know, code or something back and forth, and they thought it was funny. And if I tried to like defend myself, I was just jumped on even harder. It was like 1 against 3. And it was just constant. And I just didn't understand what was happening. And then I started seeing it happen more and more in other servers. And they were going after other people. And they were just being just disgusting and just mean, just terrible, in thinking it was funny. And, anytime that I would jump in to try to stop it, to try to say something, they just came back even harder, just right on me. And there was no way of making it stop. And then it came, it got worse and worse. And so eventually I ended up having to leave some of the Discords that I enjoyed being in, because who was going to listen to me? It was just me. I felt like I didn't matter. I just felt like it didn't matter, and that I was just being silly. It made me feel like I was doing something wrong by drawing attention to what they were doing. And it just got so bad, I pretty much left all the servers, and I said, I don't think that's right, that they're allowed to go in here and be ugly and mean and disgusting and make fun of people and make up all these lies and have this little secret code going on and attacking people and bullying people. And that's how I felt that I was being bullied. And it's like, what is going on with this? This is not what this community is supposed to be about. I never ever see them supporting catchers and being there for the reason why this community has started. And then the Discords were catcher Discords. So people in there were, survivors, were families of survivors, people with emotional issues. And then to have them come in there and just totally just take over the whole chat. You couldn't even get anything in there. Even if I was to go in and say, good morning, hope everybody has a beautiful day, I love you guys, blah, blah, blah. Immediately, it was just on. And it's like, all you seen was FBC. And then they started changing their names. And then just got more and more carried away. And I just couldn't deal with it anymore. It was very hard. And they made me feel like I was actually being a baby, because why would I let this affect me? How could I let this bother me, that I was being silly? But after talking to several other people in the community and getting to realize that I wasn't the only one that they were coming after, and that they were doing this to other people, I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to let them push me away. I'm not going to let them bully anybody else. And as new catchers would start their discords, and boom, there you go. I seen, they were in there right away. And I would talk to the catcher. I'm like, they're toxic, they're negative, they're bullies. You don't need that in here. This isn't a place for that. And I would just give them a heads up, and they're like, oh, no, it's okay. We're cool. I'm cool with so-and-so. We're friends. And I'm like, okay, but, I told you. And next thing you know, there they are, doing the exact same thing that they've been doing. It's like just taking over these servers and just being mean, nasty, and ugly. There's no place for that here. There's no place. I just don't understand where this comes from. So I think that it's best for the catcher community that they're no longer allowed to even have their own Discord, to even, be allowed to pop in on, catchers' Discords and just take over the way they do, and just spread the ugliness and the meanness. I mean, I know there's others out there that have been affected the way I have, and I just wanted it to be put out there that, they're not alone, that, I've been through it. There's a lot more, ways that they have affected me, but I'm not going to be afraid of being the nice person. And I say, nice will win, good will win over evil. And for them to think that it's a joke and that it's funny and what they do is okay, and for them to come after somebody. I mean, I'm not nobody special, but at least from the beginning they could have explained to me why. But they didn't have a reason. They just kicked me out and started attacking me everywhere I went. And I mean, there's people that can vouch for that, because I've cried to them. It's not what this is supposed to be about. So I hope that me telling a little bit about my story, I hope it does help in getting them banned from Discord and from hurting anybody else and making anybody else feel like they did something wrong, because that's not what we're all about here. We're all about being supportive and loving and kind, and having some laughs here and there. Yeah, it's okay, joking around and stuff, but they've taken it too far, and it's got to stop. So, but thank you for listening, and for hearing my story.